here on theStreamtv. I'm Ashley Mova, and tonight we're going to be running down everything Season 4, Episode 5, Pink Cupcakes. Sitting with me, we got a special Freak League here with us tonight over here.
Hi guys, James Hartman from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. After Show. Glad to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you. And over here.
Hey guys, Xavier Brinkman. Very happy to have a fellow male on the panel.
What's up?
And come with me with some girl power
yes,
over there.
Girl power all the way. Hi everyone, I'm Janessa, and I'm excited to get down into it. Pink cupcakes.
Pink cupcakes.
Sounds good.
I know, yummy, yummy. But before we get started, we want to give you guys a quick reminder to invite your friends, let them join in on this fun party, and send them the link to theStream.tv's YouTube channel and subscribe. Okay, guys. Well, just a little tidbit of news that we got this week was, Xavier, you sent us over this article about Ryan Murphy letting everyone know that all the seasons, which is so exciting because all of you speculated, all of us speculated, that all the seasons are going to connect somehow. So excited.
Sure. So he really got into it. He's giving a lot away at the moment. So he wrote this article that you're talking about, saying that all the seasons are 100% connected, and there's going to be more, I guess, secrets coming out over the course of this season, and the rest of the other seasons as well, which are going to further connect, not just this season and two, but all the other seasons as well, and it's all going to show how they all intertwine somehow. And so the word on him leaving Easter eggs for season 5, the first clue that's actually been admitted to is that on the mug that the policeman hands Emma Roberts in that scene has a top hat on it, and apparently that is the clue for season 5. So if anyone can work that out.
What do you think it is?
I have
What
zero
does that
idea. I
mean?
mean, a top hat kind of reminds me of this season.
Yeah,
It's a similar
exactly.
season.
Yeah.
What I think is cool about that article, Ryan Murphy said that the show will be going for 10 years or so.
Yeah, or
and
10 to 15.
estimated.
Maybe
That's
15 years,
That's,
and that's
you know.
crazy because I mean, that hint could be
Yeah,
so
you
further
can-
down the road, and I mean,
Well-
we don't know any of the information yet.
Sure, so a top hat for season 5. No idea.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if
I
you
don't
have
get
any
that
idea on
either. And he
one.
also said in the article, I don't know if he was just being random, but he said that season 2 connects to season 4, which connects to season 1.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know how this
Yeah.
season could connect to season 1.
So anyone's got the lowdown on that, and has a theory, put it in the comments, and we'll
yeah,
we'd love to
what?
hear
Let's
it.
share your thoughts.
So many people had stayed in the murder house, and so many like Hollywood actors and Hollywood actresses. So it could have been something like that.
Somebody
that
who
could connect
moved
to
there, somebody
Yeah,
who moved
or
to Los Angeles.
Circus
Right.
came to the.
What if
killer
it's
house.
Dell, because he wanted to leave and go to Los Angeles? He didn't even want to leave and go to the West Coast. He could be one of those guys.
Sure.
And also tonight, linked to past seasons, we saw, I cannot figure out how to say her name. Gabourey Sidibe
Gabourey.
pops up. Gabourey, we're not sure. Let us know how you say it. But we saw her pop up in tonight's episode, and that was so exciting because she's been on previous seasons. So
Sure.
I was really, really excited to see her. But another person that we saw in tonight's episode was Dennis O'Hare came to the Freak Show.
All right, and Twitter erupted on this.
It
So
did
is everyone
explode,
else annoyed by Dennis O'Hare's annoying flashbacks when you think something had happened?
So confusing.
It's like,
We're
is
so
it a flash
confused.
forward? What is
But
going
I like
on?
it because the show's supposed to be very confusing and kind of like trippy.
They're doing a good job.
So it adds to that. Exactly, they're doing a good job at making our minds like confused and wondering what's gonna happen next. So I think it's cool.
One minute you're thinking like the twins are dead in
Yeah.
a tank, and then snap, and you're out of it.
And
Yeah.
it makes us appreciate them that much more.
Yeah.
But it just made me feel like he's probably the most messed up character out of everyone else on the show right now.
for sure.
Because
Yeah.
everything is internal. He doesn't talk about it. Everything is a mask. And like we know that Twisty wore a mask.
Oh, getting deep.
A lot of people
Yeah,
wearing masks,
loving it.
literally, like with makeup, covering up all the scars or the fake legs or something like that. But his mask is himself.
Yeah,
And something else is going on
right.
deeper.
And talking about the fake legs, he's convincing Elsa, who loves theater, to do some TV. And he's kind of making everyone some promises, if you will. How do you guys think that's going to play out? Because I think that's going to be some serious drama. I guess we kind of saw it at the end of this night's episode, but
I think
that's gonna
Elsa's
be a lot.
just completely gullible, and she'll do anything anyone says because she's so desperate to be the star. But you guys didn't like when she was singing.
No, I'm so glad it went on mute. But like, what was that mute scene? Was that her?
That
like,
was when the
audience,
crowd are throwing everything at her and erupting.
She had like a moment of realization that live theater, live stage isn't as.
Well, it was kind of cool.
I mean, we've had
dramatic.
Lana Del Rey, David Bowie. Like, I like it. I like this whole Glee thing.
We have a lot of
American Glee story.
Yeah.
The thing is, for me, all these musical acts, yeah, it's Glee, but it just it puts me out of the whole time period that this is supposed to be set in. You know, they have a lot of modern music, and so the way that the music is played, the piano, everything sounds like it has a bit of distortion. It's more rocky. Where do they get that kind of equipment to play that kind of music? It's just
And you actually
doesn't
made a
feel
really
correct.
good point as well about Elsa's legs being completely functionable and fine in the scenes.
yeah.
Did you actually
in
see
the
her
master shots, her legs, her feet look like normal human legs. They don't look like they're
Prosthetics.
fake.
Maybe they're good prosthetics. I mean, if it was
They're
modern
really good
day,
prosthetics. She
I
could
would
just
say,
walk around. She
Right.
prances.
So
She
that
dances.
is
she
a
does the
little
whole
bit. I
thing.
mean, I don't know. It's hard to, you don't want to fault American Horror Story. It's usually, if you think they've done something wrong, it's usually they've just done something really smart and you're an
Right.
idiot.
Yeah.
But
right.
I mean, but maybe that's a good pickup. Maybe
worked out
maybe they
everything.
dropped the ball a little bit on that because she does walk fine, right?
I think
Like-
that's kind of part of her. She kind of acts like she's nothing wrong with her. She kind of acts like she's perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think the whole experience of this season is like you're not what you seem.
Yeah,
And
but
you have
I
two
mean,
faces.
was the technology for prosthetic legs that good in 1952?
Yeah,
that's
right.
But
what
yet
I'm
someone
thinking
with
about.
her legs cut off from below the knee would be able to walk around with no problems at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ask you that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I completely
Answer
agree.
that, please.
So a little bit at the end of the episode, we saw her knocking on the door. Gloria answers the door and she says, "I've got something you want," or something along the lines of, "I have something you want." And then we see the twins and Dandy speaking in the preview for next week's episode. Do you guys think that she sold the twins?
Yeah, obviously Elsa's been riddled with jealousy and has gone, you know what, I will take her up on that offer and sell the twins.
Yeah, because it was from the first episode
Sure.
that Dandy made an offer. Says, "I'll give you all this money as long as you give me these twins, please." So
And
now
then
she wants to get them out of the picture.
Elsa's so jealous that she is selling them, right? And
Yeah.
it looks like that she, from the promo clip, looks like that she did, right?
Yeah.
Epic.
Yeah. Something else that's epic, well, it's more scandalous than epic. Jimmy's making out with everyone and anyone he
Oh,
can get his
come
hands
on.
on.
He tried it on 2 girls.
That's a lot for one night.
For like
He's
20
being
minutes.
a boy.
Considering that
Calm down.
he's been flirting with Bette and Dot, well, mostly Bette.
Okay, well that counts as 2 girls too.
Yeah. So he's got Bette and Dot, he's got Maggie, and he's got Desiree.
It's
Right.
a typical
So-
boy
Who's
hooking
going
up with a
next?
three-breasted woman.
Elsa.
Typical regular.
I
guy.
mean, he's vulnerable.
So yeah, we see that first scene with him and Maggie. And what do you guys think that her reading his palm, what was she trying to convey to him? Because you told me that she was trying to protect him, maybe.
Sure,
She
I mean,
feels for him.
that's what jumped into my head when it first happened. Was she read his palm, and obviously she's grown fondness for
Right.
him. Like she's kind of likes the guy, and she was like, "A man's going to come into your life and tell you lies. You should leave right now."
I thought
And
it was going to be his dad.
I
That's
would-
the first
I
thing
would
that
have
came
thought.
to
I
my
mean, just
mind.
me. I would have thought that would be Dennis O'Hare coming in to brainwash him and tell him he's from Hollywood and all that. That's me
Mm-hmm.
personally. That's what I thought. And she was like, don't believe him and get away right now. And he was like, "What are you talking about?" So what do you guys think? You reckon?
I totally agree with that. I
Yeah.
think that she likes him and she's just trying to protect
Yeah.
him.
So I mean,
I think it's half and half. I
Yeah.
think it's a bit of an act because I think she does really care about him. I think she wants him to leave to protect him. However, the reason why she's there, the primary reason she's there, is to help Stanley, Dennis O'Hare's character, take over the freak show, kill all the freaks, and make his fantasies come true. So because Jimmy is pretty much the smartest cookie in the whole freak show,
Yeah.
she wants him out of there. She wants him out of there because that's the only way that their plan is going to come to fruition, and also because she wants to protect him. So it's
Right.
I love it.
it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
what I think.
Right.
I mean, I'm
Definitely.
on board with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me
Me
too.
too.
It went a little deeper, and I didn't think of that.
Yeah, so after he realizes his first attempt miserably failed, that was so awkward, then he goes in, tries to kiss Desiree, and it kind of almost became successful, but then she starts bleeding, and that
So, all right, here's another lesson from the birds and the bees that I was unaware of. So, let's slow it down for
How
a
do I
sec.
say
So
this?
she had a miscarriage.
The pregnancies in this season are kind of confusing.
Yeah,
I mean,
from what Kathy Bates having a baby standing up, didn't know about that. And then this. So explain, like, I mean.
well,
so
she's a full
confusing.
woman. She's a woman.
She's a woman.
And she had a miscarriage.
Yeah.
She didn't know that. And I'm kind of happy for her because she was
excited.
They
So
so
she was
cool
They
about
excited.
explained her whole condition because science,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's it.
So what? It just sits there, and then when there's any penetration, it just blood falls out. Come on, guys, help me out here.
Well,
I know that other people don't know this, alright? So don't act cool.
I think that maybe his lobster hands were a little bit too big. That
yeah,
might
okay,
be the
maybe.
case.
And she was drinking that night too, so I'm sure that
Oh,
that
yes.
didn't help. She wasn't aware that she was pregnant. I don't think she even knew that she could get pregnant, but she seemed really excited, so I felt bad for her. And then they go to the doctor, and apparently while they were at the doctor, Ethel reveals to Desiree that Dale is Jimmy's father, which is that's like gonna be really huge in my opinion, because what if the entire freak show finds out and then Jimmy finds out? Do you guys think he's gonna find out now?
I definitely reckon. we'll find
100%.
out.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it is really huge already. It's gonna cause so much conflict between everybody.
Yeah.
And she just slipped that out like it was nothing.
That's gonna be a lot of drama. And Desiree just went, I don't know, 2 trailers down to go live with Ethel.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna go find the good life.
I
What
thought she was
deserve.
leaving.
A couple of tents down the street. That's it.
Living with Ethel with a beard.
I thought she was leaving. Do you think that her and Dale might reconnect? Because it did seem like he was kind of jealous, angry in a way. Or maybe he was mad at the doctor because he was like, he was the one that found out that Desiree really isn't a man. So maybe he was taking out his aggression onto the doctor by
So, well,
chopping
he
his hands off.
obviously didn't want the doctor to perform the surgery and for
Right.
Desiree to feel good about herself, you know, to
Right.
feel like a woman and be appealing to other men.
Yeah.
So he's like, don't fix her up because I don't want her to be able to move on, right?
And I think he wants her to still be half a man because he's gay, right?
Yeah, considering that revelation
Right,
that
exactly.
we had, which was like, wow.
are we ready
okay.
to get onto that?
We're gonna pump the brakes on
and
that.
and
but
it
do
was
you
and it
think-
was an enlarged clitoris, right?
right, exactly.
Yeah.
How could you mistake
Sounds
that?
painful. I don't know. But do you guys think that if maybe she stays half man or whatever if she stays the way she is, that they might reconnect and become lovers
Who knows?
again?
I think he's.
I don't think that that's the case. I think he considers her his property right now
Yeah.
because of
Okay.
the way that he works. He needs to make a lot of money because he wants to make his escape to the West Coast, and I think that that's the reason why he broke that.
Do we know
doctor's
that
hands.
for sure, that he wants to escape to the West Coast?
Well, because he had that scene with Matt Bomer, who was in this episode, because he wanted,
right.
you're not leaving with any other man. I'm the one who's going to leave, and he was saying, let's leave together.
Right.
So he wants to make, I'm assuming, enough money and gain enough fame through her because he's got nothing else special apart from the fact that he's really strong. That's it. That's all he's got.
Right.
And then there's his son, who's also Lobster Boy. Maybe who knows? Down the road, he's gonna, instead of have her as his sideshow.
I don't think
it's gonna
that
be his
Lobster
son.
Boy is as selling as her whole
Yeah.
freaky.
Maybe not.
breasts,
No,
yeah.
maybe not.
You
All
never
right.
know. But at the strip club, I guess you could call it, Dandy shows up and runs into Dale. That's pretty.
They don't know each other.
Yeah.
That's
They don't
that's
know
such a
each
cool.
other.
I love that. That's such
Right.
a cool
I
little
love when stuff like that happens.
interconnection there.
So are we thinking that Dale is gay for sure? Like only into men? Only into men?
Dell,
Yes.
definitely. I mean, obviously, slightly bi to have had a wife. I mean, he said he's been dealing with it his whole life. So does that just mean he's been a closeted homosexual
For
his
the
whole
time
life?
period,
Yeah.
yes, it looks like it is. And
Sure.
that's a gentleman's club specifically for gentlemen who like gentlemen, and it looks very secretive as well.
Yeah.
It does.
So, especially when Dandy dressed up specifically to look the part.
Right.
to
I
fit
wonder
in.
why he would go there out of all places.
Yeah, how did he know about it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him as a character. But
Yeah,
it's,
and so this Matt Bomer, this male prostitute, has obviously, and what was, saying, I've just been working. So was never
Yeah.
really into Dell, the strong man, was
even
just
though he
like
admitted
taking
that
his
he's
money.
in love with him, Dell said that I'm in love with you.
Yeah, and then he said, I'm
So
just at
sad.
work. So
He's got nothing now.
Yeah, they have this
really.
huge conversation there. There's obviously been a past, and now he's dead. Oh my, that's gonna turn into a whole whirlwind of things because he's gonna find out. He's probably gonna go back to the club, see he's not there, and then try to track him down.
So you're right. Okay, yeah, that's right. This is a theory, right? So
That's
I'm
a really
moving on to
good theory.
Dandy's epic killing spree. So you think that Michael Chiklis is going to hunt down whoever killed, like discover that Matt Bomer's missing and then hunt him down, and then there's going to be like some form of triangle going
And now
on
there's
there.
even a bigger connection because Elsa went to Gloria's house to drop off the twins. What if Michael Chiklis' character comes to try to bring the twins back and then sees Dandy? I don't know. What do you guys think could happen?
Maybe they're gonna find that connection. Hey, I know you from somewhere.
Yeah.
And did you go talk to the guy that I was in love with? Maybe that revelation is going to happen further down the line, which would be justice for the character, or at least for both characters. But this is American Horror Story.
Yeah.
And ghosts run amok throughout this series. So what if Matt Bomer, because it would be a terrible waste of Matt Bomer to just be in one episode.
Yeah.
Maybe they can bring him back. Maybe he can come back because Twisty's coming back as well as a
Apparently.
ghost.
Apparently.
So if ghosts are going to be part of this series, a big part of the series.
I
what if they
like
come
when
back?
American Horror Story does ghosts.
I know.
I
Oh,
like that
it's so
too.
good.
Oh my gosh, season 1.
Ghosts run amok.
Yes.
I like that.
So obviously this episode, Dandy kills another person. I didn't think
No
he had it in.
surprise
I thought
there.
I thought he was going to stop at 1. I thought that he knew what the experience was like and that was it for him. But obviously he killed someone
Tell
else.
us about your, James brought up a really good point about the American Psycho.
Oh, yeah.
My God, yeah.
Yeah.
That scene, wasn't it? His internal monologue, his whole like working out, lathering himself with all that oil, just being in his underwear, all of it just harkened back to American Psycho and how he's so in love with himself and such a narcissist. Even at the end, like they ended up playing like 80s music when he walked into the gentleman's club as well, which was so much of a homage to American Psycho. But it makes me also think that at the end of the day, are all these murders that he's going to be committing real? Are they all going to be real? What if some of this stuff is happening and it's like, because they're messing with us, because they mess with us so much in this episode, going like into Stanley's mind and exploring his fantasies of doing this. What if they're exploring a lot of these characters' fantasies and a lot of the deaths aren't even real? They're imagining that they're doing
The
it.
whole
blowing
Norman
my mind.
Bates, like he is reminding me so much of Norman Bates, and it brings me back to Tate in season 1. How I've been seeing on Twitter all these girls are like fanning over Dandy, and it's a whole like he kills people, but he's pretty cute, and like they're trying to show it off. I think a lot, and it's adding a whole new thing for young girls to grasp onto.
Definitely, Dandy's one good-looking psycho. Assuming that the murders are real, do you guys think it's weird bizarre that he's not even hiding it from his mother? You know, he just like, he killed Dora, like Patti LaBelle, and went to bed, and then got up in the morning flustered in surprise.
Oh my God, he's just crying.
It was
totally part of a plan because now she feels bad for him.
Yeah.
And she thinks that he's like his dad and that he has all these problems, and he was smiling and
this last scene that we saw, he walks in with like underwear and blood all over him, and she's like, oh, and he's not hiding it from. Go take a shower.
He just dropped the chainsaw down the staircase.
It's pretty much like, I just killed someone, mother. Your problem. Like, you helped me. You cleaned it up. Like, obviously, like he's lived his whole childhood, right?
Dandy, are you not getting enough attention? Like, he needs to be getting.
He's gotten
He's got a lot of attention.
No,
He's getting a lot of attention from other people,
too
not
much
his
attention.
mother's when he was a child. So maybe that's the reason why everything is coming out. But he's such a sociopath.
He is. For
He's
sure.
a
And
textbook
when Matt
sociopath.
Bomer wasn't dead, he's like,
Yeah, do you
you're
think-
making me feel bad.
Do you guys think, because we didn't really see his body completely dead, do you guys think that there's any chance that he might survive?
No.
No?
No.
If he is, then props to
Yeah,
him.
who knows? Who knows if he does? Like, who knows if this is it for Matt Bomer? That was just like a one little cameo, and then he's out. Who knows? Or the ghost thing. Who knows?
Oh yeah, but he dissolved him. He disintegrated him. He had the whole bathtub filled with hydrochloric acid, which I do not know where he got from, and set up this whole intricate.
It's a little Breaking Bad
thing.
over there.
Yeah. Well, that's what.
Isn't
that's
that
what also makes
Twisty's?
me
Isn't that
feel-
Twisty's bus?
It
Isn't
is
that where he
Twisty's
went?
bus, which also really confused me. Since the previous episode was like carried on, it was the end of the episode was carried on to the next day immediately into this episode. Why wasn't it, a crime scene? Twisty's bus wasn't a crime
We don't
scene.
know. We have no,
Why
we
weren't
have
there
no
cops covering
perception of time either. Like, this could be a couple of weeks later, or who knows how long after that occurred though.
But
right?
that's what makes me think that this whole thing is a fantasy, and that
would
might also
blow
be the
my
reason why they
mind.
connect
That
all the
would
shows
blow my
together.
mind.
And what if it's all happening in Pepper's mind, and she's just crazy, and that's why she goes into the asylum?
That's
That
What
would
if
be
that's it?
so
That-
sick.
that-
I don't know. I'm just.
That
came to me.
That's good.
That was it.
Whoa. So that could work. That could have worked at being in Pepper's mind if Sister Mary Eunice wasn't coming back in episode 10.
Well, that's the reason she's coming back in episode 10, and that's 2 episodes before the season ends, right?
Yeah.
And then Sister Mary Eunice is like, this girl is possessed. She's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
She's made up this whole thing. What if she killed all these people? We have to put her in an asylum.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and even though she's coming back, we don't know exactly where she's going.
Yeah.
Because I'd heard that, I'd thought of that theory, and seen it as well. People saying about it could be, Pepper's talking about this, but it's Sister Mary Eunice that comes in that sort of further signifies that there is that it's real. So maybe who knows? That's a good point.
That would be so crazy.
It's some Inception shit. going on.
Amazing theory. Do you guys agree? Do you guys agree? We want to know your theories, and we also want to know your questions. Make sure you tweet them over with the hashtag AHSAS, because we're going to get to them right after this break, and we will see you guys in a second.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live. In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm not fake, I'm so real, okay?
Hey, who's excited?
Woo! She's a little superhero slut because she's so. I just pissed everybody off.
She's like such a glamazon.
Join the writer's team because you are hot.
And I loved it.
That is like tension beyond belief. I found her to be deliciously out of control.
We were all just looked at each other just like, ah.
So we can assume that you've written letters to inmates before.
Give me the diamonds. I need them for my wife.
Take charge and kill everyone.
This Holocaust coffin!
You were agreeing with me, so I think it was a great point. You know, you can't count anything out.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Oh my God.
What's your shoe size? My size.
Well, that was pretty awful.
Oh my God.
Totally.
So make sure you guys subscribe to theStream.tv's YouTube channel and check out all the other fabulous after shows we've got going on here. And we are going to get into some fan questions that you guys have sent in. This one comes in from @literally_Nat_. And they say, do you think Dandy will kill his mother?
I was wondering the same thing.
We've thought of this before.
I think I'm gonna go with yes.
Yeah?
Maybe like the very.
Maybe
very
the
end.
last
Very, very end.
episode.
I think it's a little bit too obvious. If anything, I think she would end up killing him.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say it.
You were on it.
I was just gonna say that. It
I
would be so cool if she killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it would be.
Oh
it
my
would be
God.
justice.
Alright, so
at
it's
the
gonna be
end.
one of those scenes where he's just about to kill some innocent person, and then like a sword or something goes through him, and then he drops down, and then you see her behind him.
Who
or
could
something
it
like
be
I just
that
completely
she has
pictured it.
sympathy
Yeah.
for? Who could it be that maybe she loves even more than her own son?
Well,
it's
maybe
his
I
father
feel.
alive.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think she'll get to this point where it's like enough's enough, and she has to do the right thing. So
Yeah.
maybe it'll come later on.
I think that's why it's starting this. She's asking the questions like Gabourey. I hope I'm not
Gabourey,
massacring
yeah.
her
Sidibe.
name. Sidibe. She asked her like, "What do you think of me as a mother?" Essentially, that was her question, and she said like, "You weren't around." So she's having that whole introspection going on and realizing, "Oh, my child has suddenly become a monster. What if she has to take it upon herself to end his life?"
Right.
Which would be justice, and it's very also like Greek tragedy style.
Yeah.
Maybe she can send Dandy to the asylum.
Oh, interesting.
You guys, this is just literally making me so happy.
Great
I
explosions.
just love the idea of the seasons intertwining. We know they're going to intertwine, but I hope they connect in such a way that it just like blows my mind, which I think it's going to, so I'm really excited. Okay, fan question 2. Raymundo Jorge writes, which one is your favorite AHS couple? Is it 1, Tate and Violet,
We'll go through this from
Season
season
1.
Yep.
2, Kit and Grace, which were
Season 2.
not, yeah,
Season
season,
Asylum. Yep.
right, I think it was season 2.
Yeah, Kit was
yeah.
who they blame for all the murder.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
so
right.
That's an Asylum, season 2.
And couple 3, Kyle and Zoe, which was,
Coven, right?
he
Kyle
was
the
a frat
body.
boy, and
Yeah, so Coven season 3. Yeah.
right. And from this season, Jimmy and Maggie or Jimmy and Bette and Dot. That's a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
But my answer's so set on this one. I love Tate and Violet. Season 1 will forever hold a dear place in my heart. And I love their romance. And then everyone ends up dying. And
I
gets
think
to live
that's
happily
definitely a fan favorite. Like,
Yeah.
everybody loves that romance. I'd pick that too because it's so good. I really want them to do another one like that. But I feel like to do that, they would have to be trapped someplace because they couldn't like go out to the woods and then go back to the carnival.
Which comes
They'd have
into
to
your
be-
ship idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ghost ship, which would be terrific.
If you guys think this would be cool too, get on
Tweet
the
it.
boat with me.
Tweet
Get
it.
it. I think that'd be cool if they did a
Season 5.
pirate kind of theme season or a ghost cruise ship season.
For season 5, love it.
Yeah.
I would go with Kit and Grace just to be a little bit different, but I
Oh,
really like Grace as the actor, and like I liked Kit Walker's character in Asylum. I thought it was great. So,
Really?
yeah.
They were kind of like a badass duo.
I mean, it was short-lived. I thought it was cool. I don't know. I'm trying to be different.
But he had what tore me about them was that he had another relationship outside, so I couldn't really be completely
thought she was dead,
for
alright?
them.
And then the aliens got involved, and it
Right.
made everything a little
Yeah,
weird.
now it's all coming back.
That's when Asylum kind of became a little bit like Indiana Jones and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull for me, and I was like, come on, guys, aliens, that's a little bit too
Right.
much.
Yeah.
But
Who would you say is your
I still
favorite?
really like that couple. Anything that has to do with whichever version. Oh my God, I forgot the actor's name. What's his name? Who plays Kit and Tate and
Evan
Jim,
Peters.
I was going to say Jimmy.
Yeah.
who plays Jimmy as well? Do you guys remember?
Evan Peters.
Evan Peters,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, I love him and anything that he does in terms of relationships. I think that Kyle and Zoe's relationship was very similar to Tate and Violet's relationship. But
In
Tate
that
and
it was the
Violet's
same people.
relationship- Tate and Violet's
And they had other
relationship
people
started this
involved.
whole ship, so
Yeah, sure.
Right.
I still go with that.
What do you guys think about if you had to choose Jimmy and Maggie or Jimmy and Bette and Dot? Who would you guys pick? I would definitely go with Jimmy and Bette and Dot, just because I don't
'cause
want
you
them
don't
to
li-
go with the cliche of his fiance in real life being paired with him in a TV show. I think that's pretty corny.
Sure.
And you
That's
just
true.
don't like Emma Roberts.
Well, actually, little tidbit. When I was doing some research, I found online that last year or something, she had gotten arrested for domestic violence for beating him up in a hotel room.
Oh, yeah,
You knew this?
Yes, I knew this. I know everything.
And he had
obsessed with
bite
them.
marks on him.
It
Wow.
was in the middle of season 3 that this came
That's
out,
insane.
didn't it?
But they're all happy now, so wish them
I'm
the
sure
best.
they're
So you
happy.
kind of like her a little bit more? Is that what you're saying?
No, I've always hated her.
Yeah,
And now I
yeah.
really hate her
Oh,
because I'm not
stop.
an advocate. for
Well,
her.
I pick them to be together.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next question. I wish you well. Fan question 3 at True Blood Hookah or Huka, right?
She's our girl.
She's our girl. Yeah,
She's my girl from True Blood.
Yeah, there you
She's the
go.
one.
And they write, do you think Dandy will be as bad or worse than Twisty? Ooh. What do you guys think?
Well, considering Twisty was revealed to actually be a good soul because he didn't know that
Yeah.
he was doing anything bad, and that's what moved Edward Mordrake's demon to cry. He was never really an evil character. He was just
And I've always liked
trying to
him.
do something
Misunderstood
right.
and a little bit
Yeah.
mentally ill.
Whereas Dandy is like,
He knows.
I
He's a
just
brat.
like to mass this whole massacre, this killing spree.
He's out to be. What do you say? He's out to become the best murderer or whatever. And
He
he's
wanted to
like
be an
he's
actor, he wanted to be the
training.
best at something.
He's training to murder. So I think Dandy's gonna definitely run rings around
Be
Twisty.
worse.
yes.
And I feel like Gloria has the money to pay a great lawyer that's going to get him out of a mess.
if
Whereas
it comes to that.
Twisty
if
just
he ever
died.
gets caught, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
What do you think?
Twisty didn't have a lawyer. Imagine like.
yeah.
He makes a balloon, like, I don't know, pen, paper, something like that, writes down. I don't even know what
I
he
feel
would
like
do.
when Twisty comes back as a ghost, he's gonna be like, dude, Dandy, chill.
Ooh, like
Stop doing this.
good-
I learned my
good-
lesson.
yeah.
It's not good. And I feel like that's gonna be the case because I love Twisty.
Aw.
Yeah.
And
I
everyone,
feel for him too now. that
Ryan
we know
Murphy
his
said that
story.
all the fans were like heartbroken when
Yeah.
Twisty died.
Yeah, it was
Sure.
really
Because he was
sad.
such a good character. And like
Oh,
when I
yeah.
thought that Bette and Dot had died, I'm like, they're killing the most interesting characters off. This is not good. But since Twisty's coming back, then
Coming back.
that's good for us.
Coming
Yeah.
back. All right, we're gonna go to a live question for you guys actually watching us right now live. Hi. And this comes from Samantha Judd, and she says, who do you think is going to catch Dandy, and will Gloria keep hiding dead bodies? Ooh, who do you think? Oh, I think it's going to be Dale, Michael Chiklis' character.
Sure. Well, we kind of addressed it. I mean, I totally agree with James in this one. I feel like Gloria is going to keep hiding Dandy's victims, I guess, until she reaches breaking point, and I agree. I think she might be the one to end it and kill Dandy.
Yeah, end his stride.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah.
Agree?
That's gonna be it.
Yeah.
He's gonna be caught, or they might just change it and have like Elsa finding it out or something like that. Or what if it's Bette and Dot while they're in the freak show? And
I mean, so Bette and Dot are current. I mean, from what it looked like, is going to be in the house with Dandy.
Yeah.
Will he
He's starting his own freak show now.
Will he target them, or are they not his cup of tea?
Or will he kill them? And maybe that was Elsa's plan all along.
I mean, she has no idea he's a killer, though, right?
Maybe she does, and we just don't know it.
I hope there's a twist that makes Elsa's character cooler, because she.
Right now, you're not feeling her.
I'm not feeling her too much.
Yeah, she hasn't stolen the show as much as the other seasons.
Very, very true.
But that's actually part of her character, not stealing the show.
Yeah.
Right.
There's something that, like, her character, Jessica Lange's characters, every time they smoke cigarettes, something.
Yeah. She has
Throughout
that kind
all
of
the
a voice
seasons.
that almost just sounds like she needs to smoke
She needs
cigarettes.
to have a cigarette. I've been
know.
through so much crap throughout my life, throughout all my lives, that I need to just smoke and smoke and chain smoke.
So we're gonna go to some Twitter shout outs at Steven Adrian 4, at MTV_LDR, at CC_LEU, and at Fan4Me. And then these live Twitter shout outs. Samantha Judd, you just gave us this question. Thanks, girl. And Forever Johnny Boy, our boy.
You.
Hayer815, is that an S? Is that a 5? I'm not sure, but hey. Jorge Raimundo Sosa, what's up? Jane Dose, what's up? You were watching last week. Thanks. She's our girl. And Chris Ballantyne. Thank you guys so much for watching. Seriously. All right, guys, any predictions for what might happen next week?
We have so many already.
So many.
Yeah, we've thrown a few.
Yeah.
So let us know what your predictions are, guys.
Let us know what your predictions are.
Let
we
your
love
ghosts
to
run
read
amok.
them. Exactly. We love to read them. I love to hear your guys' theories. Like that theory we just talked about tonight blew my mind. So make sure you guys tweet us using the hashtag AHSAS. Let us know your theories, your questions. We'll read them, we'll respond to them, and maybe we'll read them live on this show. And make sure you subscribe, obviously, to theStream.tv. And we will catch you guys next week.
Cheers.
Peace out,
Ciao, guys.
guys.